Hi everybody, welcome back to the front line of nutrition. I want to talk to you a little bit about herbs today and why they're still around. In the world we live in, we have such advancements in science and medicine that it almost begs the question, why would anybody opt for using herbs in this modern era? Wouldn't it seem like it would be counterintuitive to leap back in time to use something so antiquated when there's such amazing cures and management of disease through medication? But let's be real. In your world, how many people are using medication right now? And these people are really thrilled about it. If they're thrilled about it, or if they're happy about using the medication, it's usually not because they want to stay on the medications forever. They have no choice, and they're happy that they're managing their disease. But let me throw some numbers at you. Right now, currently, in the United States, there are over 119 million people who are using some form of medication, either one or more prescriptions a day. 119 million people. Are all 119 million of them thrilled about it? Probably not. And if given a choice, would they choose the option of getting off the medication? Probably. So why don't they? Because one, they probably don't believe they can get past him. And two, if they thought there was a way to get past it, there would be a lot of fear involved with it. And thirdly, even if they believe that there was a way to get past it, they would beg the question, why? Or how do I go about doing it? How would I get past this medication? This common knowledge is somewhat gone. We don't really teach it in schools, and it's from generation to generation, it's sort of been dropped. But let me throw a couple of more statistics at you. I'm reading the following results from a study that's posted on the National Center for Biotechnology Information about drug use and the increase of drug use amongst Americans. As a conclusion, I'll have the link below as well so you can go check it out for yourself, but let's read this. Results indicate an increase in overall use of prescription drugs amongst U.S. adults between 1999 and 2000 and 2011 and 2012, with an estimated 51% of U.S. adults reporting use of any prescription drugs in 1999, 2000, and an estimated 59% reporting use in 2011, 2012, which is a difference of 8%, or an increase of 8%. It's safe to say drug companies are not creating product for patients they wish to cure, but more like they're trying to lock in customers for life. Back in the day, we used to have a common knowledge of how to treat ourselves. We all had it. Your parents had it, your grandparents had it. When something went wrong, they knew what to do. If something really went wrong, you went and saw a doctor. But the bottom line is that common knowledge has been replaced with fear, or it's been replaced with ignorance. And we're constantly told, you don't know what to do. You don't know what to do. So the first sign of a sniffle or a cold or a flu or a pain, we run and we delegate that to a stranger. That's what we're conditioned to do because we don't have that common knowledge. So we're losing our common knowledge of health. It's not being taught in our public schools, and it's slipping away from us. This is almost by design, so that we use more medications. The drug companies have more customers, and we have more and more fear. So that, what I've just called common knowledge, is disappearing. There's less and less people who know what to do when the time comes, and we rely more and more and more on over-the-counter medications. And when we don't know what to do, we run to the doctor. Now, wouldn't it be great if you could get that back? It'd be great, wouldn't it? If you had a Batman utility belt, if you will, and within that belt, you knew what to do when you had a headache without popping a medication. You knew what exercises to do when your back hurt. And it was all there, readily available. And yeah, in extreme cases, you'd go to your doctor or do your annual checkup. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Instead of the way things are right now. Well,
this is where the front line of nutrition comes in. I'd like to do that. I'd like to start giving you those little bits and pieces that you would arm yourself with, the little bits and pieces that you're going to need in order to get a handle, get that health back, and not live in fear. If you will, the object of the exercise is to empower you, to make sure that you get those little things that you're going to need in order not to go running to the doctor or freak out when something goes wrong. Think about it. If medications, which are great, and some of them do offer cures and management of diseases, imagine if they were so great and they were so amazing and they could cover everything. Herbal medicine would have disappeared already. It would be obsolete. Herbal medicine would appear to be like an act of desperation, a poor man's cure for serious diseases, and yet they're here. They're not disappearing anytime soon. If you think about it, marijuana is an herb. Is it disappearing? No, it's blowing up. Are we finding more and more cures just from that one herb alone? Yes, we are. And is it the only thing out there that can help you? Absolutely not. I'm going to be showing you, as time goes on, more and more and more neat stuff that you can just have in your Batman utility belt of health, if you will. Stuff like feverfew for a headache, or there's a resin from a tree, from a bush in India called Google, which is good for cholesterol. It's a perfect way to avoid using those statin drugs with all the side effects of muscle cramps and pain, and a whole lot more. If you like what you heard, like and subscribe. Stay tuned. Be healthy. Be happy.